Hey, so people have been asking what I've been up to, and it's mainly been farm work and gardening. Ended up with a few more commitments with land work wise this year than I was expecting last year, and it's been a lot of work. We've had quite a few animals taken by foxes, which has been really difficult. So it's just getting more electric fences up for them. We've got one goose left, and she's actually sitting on 5 eggs at the moment. So hopefully, fingers crossed, very soon we're gonna have some more geese around. And yeah, so everything's kind of been continuing. Geese are on chaperoned walks, and yeah, so this is what I've been doing with the garden, really. So yeah, self-sustainability, obviously that is the total goal. So this is the communal garden, and got a bit of it with Kirsty and Purdy from the Boondockers. If you're not watching them and not following them, you should definitely check them out on Telegram and YouTube. So yeah. So this is the main garden. The middle row in this bit is mine. So I've got some brassicas and some courgettes growing in here, which are all looking pretty good. Oh, and some curly kale. So yeah, I've got some cabbages and some purple sprout in there. Then I've got the second brassica cage. I do like the look of the two of them. Guess which one I built? Massive thank you for Dexter for building the obviously competently, beautifully put together one. I went for my usual sticks and string thing, to be fair. That's about my level on things. So I've got my first allium bed over here. I literally weeded this 2 days ago, and I was really tempted to weed before I went and did this video. But I want to give you guys an honest view of organic gardening. I understand so much after the last 5 years why it costs so much more to get organic veg. Definitely way more difficult to grow without any weed killers, guys. This is carrots, and then had a few problems with a bit of the some things in the soil there from last people that had it, which was a few potatoes still not dug out properly, which is really mega easy to do, and all the tubers were coming up and they'd had blight in them, so I had to dig everything out, including the carrot seeds. So most of them came out okay. The couple of worst patches, I've just kind of thought, you know what, plant some lettuce, why not? These are my onions. They're looking really good. My shallots at the back, well happy with those. I only had one bolted, so gonna have that for seed, and got some beautiful onions growing. They've come out really well, actually. I tried a new thing this year. If you can kind of see, I've really cropped the tops, which is quite a common thing to do, but I've not really done it before. They're still long enough so I can kind of plait them when I want to, but like to store them. But one of my friends came over and was like, "Oh, rabbits have got them, have they?" And I'm like, gosh, yeah, maybe I went a bit extreme on them, but they are looking really good. So yeah, I am very pleased with how those have turned out, and I think I'm going to do that again next year. And this is my extra bed in the corner. This is my bean bed. This is doing good. Been eating these broad beans, and they are absolutely delicious. They're most of these are seeds I saved from last year as well. So yeah, it's looking good. Already got some flowers coming out. Lots and lots of beans. Gosh, where is that one going? Things are going wild. Okay, so then I've got my fruit bed, which has got lots of strawberries that have been given to me by the awesome Marsha. So thank you so much for that. And the blackcurrant bush as well, to be fair. Definitely going to be making you some jam. And my jostaberry bush. So yeah, strawberries do really good ground cover. And yeah, quite nice to detract the blackbirds from the berries that I want to put in my gin. Jostaberries, by the way, are really nice in gin. So over here I have some more lettuces, got some courgettes that are looking good, and yeah, I got some bell peppers that are popping up. And again, literally like 4 days ago I weeded this. It's all coming up so quick. But I mean, it's going to be a day's work for me tomorrow. But you know, gardening, self-sufficiency. And again, with the carrot bed, where on earth do these pop up from? But yeah, these are good. So these will be our winter carrots on this one. More beans over here. got to love beans. They're absolutely fantastic source of protein, and yeah, really, really easy to dry and store as well. So preppers should definitely look into growing beans. Got some runner beans and some borlotti beans going on this one, and then I've got the next two ones that need to get dug out. This one, oh man, this one depressed me a little bit because I was getting to this patch and I was like, oh, this will be great. And somebody filled in a hole in the ground here with a load of rubble instead of soil. So that's kind of, oh man, that's going to be a bit annoying. That's why it's important to leave no trace. You never know who's going to be using the ground you've put stone in as a garden a few years later. But yeah, so that's the gardening that I've been doing when people have been asking where I've been and what I've been up to. Yeah, just working on this really. I've had a lot of help. It's been a big team effort. And massive, massive, massive thank you to Dexter and to Truffs as well for designing the whole thing and all the work with that. It's and all the path maintenance. Absolutely amazing, amazing garden. But yeah, I think preppers for self-sufficiency really should be looking at least getting an allotment, start growing your own food, learning the skills now. Someone once said to me that you can only make the mistake once when you're gardening. It's like once a year you can make the mistake and then you have to go and do it all over again. So yeah, get a chance in before the apocalypse happens and yeah, get growing, people. So I got lots of weeding to do here in my little garden here, but I've got lots of plants of tomatoes, courgettes, and yeah, I've got a load of dill. If anyone's got any geese or ducks, and that's a really, really good herb to have. Need to get this potted up because that's coming out really, really good. That's grown from seed, and dill is fantastic for respiratory issues in ducks and geese. So if anyone's got geese or ducks and they ever get the foamy eye, that's because they don't have proper sinuses like people do. Well, being geese and ducks, I guess that's something to give them, and they do like a nice munch on some dill. So yeah, lots of nice tomatoes in a bit of a shoddy greenhouse, but we found it in a shed and it didn't cost anything. So yeah. Hopefully going to get a proper greenhouse soon. I've got some lovely comfrey that's growing here. Need to get this bed a little bit sorted out, but wanted to get that in. That's coming up awesome. And then over here I've got some nice roses because rose petals are brilliant for putting in balms. And then I've just got a load of lavender really growing here. Lavender, rosemary and thyme. This is a little bit of a sneak peek of my little fairy garden actually. And this is a horse box that I'm going to be doing up as a bit of an art studio. So sneak peek there. More coming on that in the future. But yeah, this is like where I've been potting and planting everything up at the moment. So yeah, this is the fairy garden part of it all. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much what I've been doing with the garden. I mean, self-sufficiency is a very, very difficult thing. One community that I lived at, I mean, over lockdown, there were about 20 people working in the gardens of that place with 20 acres of land, two huge, massive, massive gardens, and still didn't grow enough to feed ourselves, still buying food in. So, I mean, you need a lot of people. You need a lot of people to grow the food, and you need a lot of people to grow the variety, or you need a lot of people to trade with to have the variety. So that's something to think about on your gardening journeys. But yeah, that's pretty much my garden this year. That's it. Peace and love.